Jack here, JBF Music and Guitar Lessons, back with a pedal demo for you guys, specifically this SF300 Super Fuzz from Behringer, never sure how to pronounce it. No sponsored stuff or freebies here, this is all just my own opinion. Audio demos are going to be first up, you can check the timestamps below for more details, then I'll talk a little bit about it. If you like the straight up approach where you can skip ahead with minimal waffling, then please do let me know with a like and a comment. To see more of this kind of thing, make sure to do the old subscribe and enable all notifications thing. I'm sure you know the drill by now, but it really is helpful for supporting and growing the channel. But anyway, far too much talking, let's crack on with it. And if you like what you heard, there's an affiliate link to Tom Man below. In the UK just now it costs about $17.50, which is ridiculously cheap for a pedal that's that good, which is about $24 or maybe €20. Okay, so I'm just really going to briefly talk about my main thoughts and opinions on this pedal. I'll start off with the cons because it's the internet, so why not? Kicking off with the most petty of petty peeves. I'm not a huge fan of the colour. It's a kind of browny orange, which despite wearing this similar hoodie, this is a slightly lighter colour that I find a bit more aesthetically pleasing. If you're looking for that kind of subtle Eric Johnson fuzz face type thing, I don't think this is the right unit for you. The boost mode might get you there, but this kind of shines when it's doing more of the gnarly over the top kind of stuff, in my opinion. The plastic casing does look a bit cheap, but I'm not really too bothered about that kind of thing. I've got other Behringer pedals, and to be honest, they've held up just fine. So I'm not really worried too much about its durability. The main complaint that I have, which I think is somewhat significant, at least in comparison to the pretty pathetic ones I just outlined, is that it doesn't really play too well with others. So what I mean by that is if you put in a chain of pedals, this might just be me and my own incompetence or the pedals I'm using it with, but I've struggled to get a good sound. I can maybe get away with like a boost, but even something like a compressor or a light bit of drive, just it doesn't seem to like working with them. Again, you might have more luck, but just for me, I would kind of use the sound by itself, maybe more as a kind of rhythm thing, or an over-the-top kind of fuzz lead. And on that note, let's talk about the positive things. The price point I think is spectacular. I think you'd be hard-pressed to find a better fuzz pedal for this price, for this cheap. I'd go as far to say this is possibly the cheapest pedal I've ever managed to find as well. I think it even beats out the kind of mini tuner ones that I've got on my pedal board. I think they were about £20. And when you put the price point in perspective, it makes the complaints that I just listed also seem somewhat null and void. What I think I really like about it is that it just sounds good. The bass and the treble control pretty nice frequencies. You sometimes find on pedals like my Bad Monkey pedal, I don't really like the bass, I think it gets too much in there, and I don't particularly like the frequencies they've picked for the treble. You can adjust it to taste and you can make it work, but whatever bands they've set the bass and the treble to are just really quite pleasing to my ears. The mode button at the side is great, so you probably heard that in the playthrough there. The boost is just kind of a subtle thing, and the other two, you got one which is a bit more of a kind of mid-range heavy thing, which is a sound I tend to prefer more, and you got one that's a bit more kind of scooped in terms of the mid, so I kind of see that as the metal side of fuzz or the metal side of stoner rock. The two sounds together might actually complement each other quite nicely too. So here's a quick example of that. I've got the same riff being played on the same guitar, one on mode 1, one on mode 2. It's also worthwhile pointing out that I've not done any post-processing on this. This is just the sound of the pedal on top of the clean sound that you heard. If I was to do stuff to sound frequencies I'd probably get rid of. I know my Ibanez tends to resonate more at kind of about 100 Hz, somewhere around 350, and then somewhere around 750. It's worthwhile ducking it as well. And then there's something around 4K on most guitars. It's a bit kind of nails on a blackboard. But in the interest of fairness and transparency, I didn't want to do any post-production jiggery-pokery. And just to elaborate on something I touched on a little bit before, while I don't think it does subtlety particularly well, I think it does that nice kind of mid-range fuzz rhythm and really excels when you're just going for the over-the-top, almost kind of glitchy, excessive fuzz, which to be honest is probably what I'd use this for. I'll hold up my hands, I'm a bit late to the fuzz party. It was a sound I never really liked for a long time until I started messing about with it and found all the amazing things you can do with fuzz. If you've never tried it before, I'd suggest checking one of these out, or at least getting a free plugin, because it will make you play the guitar in a different way, in a lot more kind of dirty, kind of visceral way. Just the way the pedal responds to your playing, you can get these really cool feedback and kind of harmonic things going on. It's just an absolute joy. I'd probably class this as a kind of foot in the door type pedal. It's a good gateway one to find out if this is a sound that you like, if it's an aesthetic you want to integrate into your rig and into your playing. If you want more of those no-nonsense approach reviews, check out that playlist, or if you want to hear some different fuzzes in action, hit up that video. Hit subscribe if you want to keep up to date with the channel, check out my 40 free Guitar Licks app available on Google Play for Android, and yeah, take it easy guys, have a good one.